there's questions on there, make sure that you're kind of watching them. Okay, are we live? You think we're good? Let me see. Let me share it. Okay, Donna Johnson's live. I am going to share it to my page. Okay, hold on. Okay, I don't know how to do this. You're almost live. Okay, hold on.
I think you should maybe see a person with an arrow. You see a head with an arrow?
No, okay, I'm over it. Okay, we'll just do that. Okay, so thank you all so much. This is the second Measure Me Life meeting. I appreciate you all coming. Those of you all that are in line, you all can stay in line for your measurements. Here at our group, we do not have scales. We are not using scales at this meeting. We will measure ourselves to look at progress, and we will also look at pictures, okay? We are not using scales, ever, here, okay? So if you would, I'm going to say a quick prayer for us, and then we will get started. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for all that have come out with us tonight, and I just pray that they have patience and trust the process, and that you will continue to guide us through this amazing journey. Thank you for all these friends. I'm humbled that they are here, and we are thankful for you so much. And these things we add, and we ask in your name, amen. Amen. All right. So, second meeting. The first meeting was 4 weeks ago tonight. So let's talk about how you all are feeling. Okay, 4 weeks down, right? So first of all, let's go with praises. Who is really feeling it, feeling great? Tell me something good. Anybody? Nobody?
Energy, 3 weeks in.
Energy, 3 weeks in, cleaning house, right? Yeah? Okay. Doing really good? I'm sorry?
I feel great.
You feel great. You feel great. Okay. Can y'all tell a little bit of difference in pictures? Does anybody look back at pictures and can kind of see a little bit of a difference? Right? Okay. What about struggles? What are you all struggling with?
Coffee.
Drinking a black coffee?
Oh, my brain.
Okay. So
I have an open window, so.
yes, you can have it during your open window. So something my mom said to me last week is she said that coffee made her hungry. She didn't think she could do this because coffee would make her hungry, right? And I said, no, it's not supposed to make you hungry. And I said, what do you put in your coffee? She said, creamer. So Mom, it's a creamer that's making you hungry, okay? So we do know that if you're feeding your body, it is going to make you hungry, right? So you want to make sure that you're only having black coffee, unsweet tea, and water during your fasting window. So anything else? Yes?
So I've been fasting for about 6 months now, and I initially really struggled with the whole eating lunch at work. Because I still sit down with people, I pour myself a glass of ice tea, and I sit down with people and they're really telling you, you're starving yourself. And so making that mind shift to where I feel okay sitting down with them while they eat, and I have my iced tea or my sparkling water, because I drink regular water all day, so I'll have something different at lunchtime. I'll have the iced tea or the sparkling water at lunch, and not any other time. So.
That's great. That's great. Anybody else had anything exciting that you want to share? Come on now, you all have been really blowing up the site.
She's bashful, but I'll share it for her.
I haven't drank any Diet Dr. Peppers.
Yay!
How many did you do? She had surgery, like 19 2-liters.
In 2 weeks.
Then she started getting no more.
That's awesome. Well, I will say that everybody that knows me, I love soft drinks, and I was a huge diet Mountain Dew drinker before I started this. The day that I started, I stopped drinking anything diet because I know that it makes me hungry, right? I know that artificial sweetener makes me like ravenous. So I stopped that, and so now I drink regular soft drinks. I kind of feel like I'm defeating my purpose because I'm drinking them a little bit more often than I should. And I know I said on Facebook last week I wouldn't have one this week. And I did, I had one. I had a really, really bad day at work, right, Tam? So I had to have one. I tell people all the time they make me happy, right? The soft drinks. And I feel like with this, I can have a soft drink as long as it's in my open window, right? And I may not get to where I want to be as quickly, but at least I'm having a soft drink and I'm happy doing it, right? So, anyway, one of the things I'd like to say is this is not a competition, right? We are all of our bodies are different, and we are all on our own journey in this. So, I know that sometimes we might see somebody that's fasting 24, 36 hours on our site, and do not feel like that's something that you have to do. I do know after listening to Jen's podcast this week, it was very informational. How many of you all was able to listen to that, watch it? It was really, really good. But one of the things that she did say that I really didn't realize is if you're only fasting about 16 hours, you're kind of in maintenance mode, okay? Some days I'm okay with maintaining, right? Like the past couple days, Brian's been home and our life's been a little bit crazy and I've done 16 hours. And I'm okay. I said I'm okay maintaining for a couple days, but as soon as he's back on the road, I'm kicking it up to 18, 20 hours, okay? Because you do have to have the 18 plus hours, 18 to 24 is what she suggested, to be able to lose some of the fat, to kick you into that, okay? So one of the things that somebody said is keep your eyes on your own plate, right? I think somebody said that. Keep your eyes on your own plate. It's your body, it's your journey. Don't worry about what other people are doing. And as we're losing the weight and the numbers start coming out there, don't let it intimidate you. I still haven't lost 20 pounds, okay? I'm not even up to 20 pounds, and I've been doing this since October, since Halloween. So I feel much better. I have tons of energy. My house is cleaner. But I haven't even lost 20 pounds. Now, if I'd been doing Weight Watchers, that might have only taken me about 6 weeks, right? But I also would have already been burned out with Weight Watchers by now. And I would have been cheating. I would have been having a little Snickers bar or something. I don't have to count that, right? I don't cheat on this. When my window's closed, guess what? I'm done. I'm done. I won't say that there isn't the occasional time when I feel like my body needs something else that I don't edit my window, but those are very few and far between, and I don't suggest that. But you know yourself, if you need to do that, you can. This is all a learning process, right? We're all learning. We're all going through it. I told a couple of the girls today, I feel very humbled that you all are all doing this. This is really, I'm on this journey too. I am very new to this. I don't feel like I have a lot of knowledge. I appreciate all of you all coming and getting on board with me. I don't feel worthy to share information with you all. But I do have someone who I think is going to really give us her story, and she has been doing this since June. Her name's Paige Davidson. She is actually going to be on Jen's podcast, Intermittent Fasting Stories, sometime in the next couple months. So Jen will be interviewing her, and we will all listen to that because Paige is in our group now, right? So we're all going to support Paige with that. But she's going to come up and just give a little bit of her story, and then I'll come back up. This will not be as long as the first one, but I'll give you all a chance to ask Paige some questions. Come on, thank you.
Well, hey everybody. I'm so glad to see you all. I found out about this group because I live in Lexington and I thought there has to be somebody else doing this. I know there has to be. And so I had put something out on Jen's Facebook pages about, Frankfurt, Louisville, Lexington, is there, anybody? And a few people responded, and Tammy got a hold of me and said, hey, listen to what's happening here in Louisville. So I was thrilled. And so I texted back to people that had responded to me, and I said, there's this wonderful group that's already started, and they're meeting once a month. So I was thrilled about that. So I was asked to talk to you all about my journey with IF and what I've been doing and how I got started. I did not start this to lose weight. I kind of had given up on diets. And I knew something had to change health-wise, but I didn't know what it was. But my sister was doing intermittent fasting. And she told me about it, and I said, that's just some fad diet. I'm done with fad diets. I'm done with all these diets. I've been to every diet place. I always thought you had to pay money. You know, I didn't do the calorie counting and the things you can do at home. You know, I started in high school going to Weight Watchers, and I'm the Weight Watcher rejoin queen of the universe. I can tell you that. I'm 57, I just turned 57. And as recently as in the past year or so, I had tried Weight Watchers. So I always thought I had to go and pay money, and so I was just totally finished with all of that. And so when she told me about this, I wanted nothing to do with it. But at that time, I was having such problems with my feet. I had arthritis in my feet. In one of my feet, I had plantar fasciitis so bad that I had to wear a walking boot for months to be able to walk at all. And then I had Achilles tendonitis in my other foot. I mean, I work at a public library, part-time, thank goodness. I retired full-time from the state 2 years ago. But since then, I've been struggling with being on my feet. When I work, we work on our feet. We don't get to sit down. And it is, you just don't have a clue how busy this, especially this was during the summertime, the public library is. I would come home, I could hardly limp into the house, and I would sit down for a little bit. But then when I would try to get up to use the restroom or to get dinner, I literally was limping. I could hardly walk. It was debilitating. And Lisa, my sister, told me that this is something that can reduce inflammation in your body. And those things are all due to inflammation. I was so desperate to get relief, I thought, I'll do it. I'll try it. And about the same time, as I said, I work at the library, I checked in a copy of Jen's book, Delay Don't Deny. And I thought, oh, here's a book on intermittent fasting. I've never noticed it before. I'll read this. Well, that book changed my life. So I started the intermittent fasting, and because I was so desperate for relief, I jumped in at 19.5. And I have never, since June 21st, I have never not had a clean fast. So the biggest lesson I think that I've learned, the biggest lesson that Jen teaches in her book, that I think that we all need to pay attention to, is the clean fast is critical. In those first few weeks, even into the first month or month and a half, I was kind of worried about myself, how I was eating during my window. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can't possibly be doing myself any good. Now I started off saying, okay, I'm going to do OMAD. That's what Jen does. I'm doing OMAD. So I would open my window. I started at 19.5. I would open my window at 3, and I would have a snack. I thought it was a snack. When I went back, it was really a meal, a small meal. And then I would have dinner. And then when I had dinner, I'm not a snacker. I didn't snack between meals. I didn't eat anything after dinner, and I closed my window at 8. So, I didn't take measurements because I wasn't doing this to lose weight. I did weigh because I was a scale weirdo fanatic, and I did lose. I mean, initially I lost a lot because I had a lot of water weight to lose. That wasn't weight that I lost, but I have steadily lost, and I've had plateaus, and the scale drove me crazy, and I finally thought, you know what? My issues are with diet mentality. They're mental. And that's what's causing me to have these physical issues. And so I thought, I've got to get away from the scale. I don't care what I weigh. I'm going to go by how my clothes fit and how I feel. And how I feel was within 2 weeks of starting intermittent fasting, I was not limping anymore. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I know that for a fact. It took longer for the rest of the pain to go away. But by 4 to 5 months, I was pain-free in my feet. And that is a miracle to me. And I started at a size probably 22. I'm now in 14, some things 12 that I can wear. And I got away from the scale for probably 2 to 3 months. And then I got a Bluetooth scale. And I have been loving watching my body fat percentage come down and watching my BMI come down. And I'm okay now about the numbers. And I still don't weigh every week. I weigh maybe every few weeks. But I kind of weigh just to check in. but I really had to get rid of my reliance on the scale. So if you're just starting and you're worrying about eating too much during your window, I'm telling you, don't worry about what you're eating during your window. And at first, that's going to come. And I read on Jen's pages that you'll eventually crave healthy food, and I thought, they don't know me. I'm not going to crave healthy food. Do you know I'm craving roasted Brussels sprouts now? I've never eaten a Brussels sprout in my life. I am craving, my husband and I have pizza Saturday. And every Saturday night we get our own individual pizzas from Blaze Pizza, and we have done that from the beginning. And as I've lost all of this weight, every Saturday I have my individual Blaze Pizza. Until about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I finally told my husband, I just don't want that anymore. You go ahead and have your pizza. His first response was, what am I going to eat on Saturday night? And I said, well, you eat your Blaze Pizza. That won't bother me at all. So I'm on this big Subway chopped salad kick. I don't know if you know that Subway has chopped salads. They are fabulous. And you can put whatever you want on there. And I'm loving those salads. So it does happen. You will start to eat less. You're not going to eat in a frenzy forever. So don't be freaked out about that. Just make sure you do a clean fast. And I've got a hack to tell you about the black coffee, because to me, coffee is a cream delivery system. That's what I think about coffee and cream. And when I read I had to drink black coffee, I said, no, I'll never drink black coffee. And my sister told me about a certain kind of coffee. It comes from Hawaii, Garden Isle, I believe is the name of it. You can get it at Kroger or from Amazon. And it's not bitter or harsh or acidic. And so I can drink it black. And I can drink it hot, okay. But on Jen's group, I read something that changed my life as far as my fasting. Brew a cup of coffee, let it get room temperature, put it in the blender with some ice, not a lot of ice because it'll get too icy, but with a little bit of ice, and blend it, pour it in your cup, and it gets this thick foam that has a really light coffee flavor. It is better than something you could get at Starbucks. And that saved me. I love drinking those. And the other thing I want to share with you that has been so critical for me are the fact that I started looking at my habits. And I had some really bad habits that I knew had to change. And so I thought, okay, I've got to replace these bad habits with some healthier habits. And I've got to get a routine. So when I first started, I didn't just not eat. I had breakfast. Breakfast was a 33-ounce bottle of water and a cup of iced coffee. And I had lunch. Lunch was the same thing. And at first, the first 2 or 3 weeks, it was hard. But I was determined I was going to do that clean fast and eat what I wanted in my window. I didn't care at that time, but I was going to do that clean fast. So a book I would recommend everybody read is called Atomic Habits by James Clear. To me, that was as life-changing of a book almost as Delay Don't Deny. And that book talks about, in a real way, about how to look at your habits, some really easy strategies and tricks you can use to actually change those habits. So that was a book that helped me so much. So I recommend that.
Who's the author?
James Clear, C-L-E-A-R.
And we'll put that out on the site so everybody will have it. I'll make sure that we put the link out there.
That book, Jen's book, Delay Don't Deny, and the other book that you'll see on the sites is AC, The Power of Appetite Correction. Do you remember that author's name? I don't remember.
Bert Herring.
Bert Herring, that's it. Those 3 books were instrumental in helping me to get where I am. So I have lost 72 pounds. And, and as thrilled as I am with that, it is really a sign My mental health, my clarity and my thinking are wonderful. My energy is wonderful. I don't have the pain anymore. I have finally, after all of these years, gotten rid of the diet mentality. The all on or all off. Being really black and white about it. Thinking if I'm not perfect, then just forget it. I might as well just go off and do that. So to me, getting rid of that diet mentality has been the best thing that has happened to me doing intermittent fasting. Better than losing the weight, better than taking a pair of pants and not being able to get them on, and then barely being able to get them on, and then they fit, and then they get too loose, and then too big. That is better than that. And there's not much better than that. I'm telling you. So what questions do you have that I can answer?
Come on, y'all, don't be shy. I know that there's questions y'all have for her.
What did you say the coffee name was? Howard Hawaiian Island?
I'll post it.
Okay.
I'll post it on the group because I don't remember. In Garden Isle,
Yeah.
it's a Kauai Garden Isle, but I'll take a picture of it and I'll post it on our page.
And it's still okay for people that never had coffee, never want coffee, just to drink the water and tea.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Any unsweet tea?
Unsweet.
Or any unsweet tea?
I don't drink tea, so I know that plain black tea or plain green tea with no flavor are okay. But I'm just not a tea drinker, so.
And something that Paige said that I really like what she said is, I don't know about you all, but throughout the day, I mean, I'm sitting and sipping on coffee and drinking my coffee or drinking my water, but I really like how she said she actually uses that as like a meal. Like she sits down with her coffee and her cup of water, and that's her breakfast. And then she does that for lunch. That might be something that kind of helps us. I had never thought about doing that. So I really like that idea.
Well, I think it's the routine of it. I have a routine that I follow. And when I read Atomic Habits, I didn't even realize how important that was. It was just what I felt like I had to do because everybody else was having meals. I couldn't just not have meals while everybody else was having meals. So I thought, okay, I'll have my meal. This will be my meal. And this will be my meal time. And so I think it's that, I think having healthy habits and a healthy routine, and then I didn't have to worry about choices. I didn't have to worry about was I going to eat with them. No, I've got what I'm having. This is what I choose to have, and I have my routine in place. And so that takes away that decision making. And you know what you said, when my window's closed, it's closed. It's not even a consideration or a decision. My window's closed. Period. The last little bit of diet thinking I finally have gotten rid of is I've learned that I can be flexible. Because, you know, I started out with 19.5, I quickly went to 24. And I hate to even mention this because I don't want people to feel like they have to do this, but because I felt like my body needed so much healing, I decided to do one long fast a week. I do one 43-hour fast a week for the autophagy, not for weight loss. I don't care what my weight ends up. I plan to always do that for the autophagy. I have dementia in my family. My mother has Alzheimer's right now. My father had Lewy body dementia. I'm trying to prevent diseases. So preventing diseases and feeling good and healthy are my main concerns. Cool that I've lost weight. I like that, but that's not my focus. And so I plan to always do that. And when I started my long fast, you know, that's when I got really into my habit of this is my breakfast, this is my lunch. I work on Tuesday night. Tuesday's my day that I don't eat. So I take a Topo Chico. That's my dinner on my 15-minute lunch break at work. So I have my routine down. Yes.
Can you explain more about the 43-hour fast? Like, when do you start? Because I'm looking at you going, I ain't going 43 hours. But if you can do it, I can.
I'm telling you, everybody in here,
Yes.
if I can do those things, you can. Now, you only would do it if you truly wanted to do it. There's no
Right.
pressure, nobody has to do that. I close my window at 8 o'clock on Monday night. Then on Tuesday, I have my routine that I've told you about. And then on Wednesday, I open my window at 3 o'clock. So I figure 43 hours is long enough. I don't feel a need to try to go longer. I feel like that's a good extended fast for me. So I open my window at 3 o'clock, and Jen recommends if you do that to have two meals. Don't do OMAD. You need to really refeed, as she says. I feel funny saying refeed, but you need to have 2 decent meals. So I open my window at 3 o'clock, and I'll have a late lunch, and then I'll have dinner.
And what would that meal be? What would it consist of, each meal?
Gosh, it just depends on what I've got at the house.
Okay.
Um,
You're not really watching diet food.
I
You
know.
will have fried
I
fish,
know.
you will have fried chicken, you know. you
If
will
I
have your
wanted
potatoes
that,
and
if I
carrots.
wanted that, I would eat that. I don't eat fried foods because I did have weight loss surgery many years ago and I can't. But you know, I don't follow any diet. I don't measure, weigh, count, anything. I did cut out, before I started IF, I did cut out soft drinks and a lot of sugar because I read a book that I saw at work called Sugar Crush, and it horrified me how sugar is like poison for your body. And that's where I started, was trying to get healthier. And then I found IF. So I was lucky that I had already quit those things before I started this. But no, I don't. I mean, it's just truly, either wherever I decide to go out to eat, I'm not a cook, or one thing I ate a lot, especially at first, I love to get vanilla Greek yogurt, put raw oatmeal in it, and fresh blueberries. And I'll get a big bowl of that. And that's delicious, and I love that. So that would be a meal to me, for me. And then, like I said, I'm not a cook, and so Monday in Lexington is Moe's Monday. You have Moe's where you live? Okay, so forever my husband and I have gone to Moe's on Monday, and I have chips and a bowl. We had pizza every Saturday night up until just recently. I decided I just didn't want that anymore. So just whatever.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Years of Weight Watchers, like you said, you have this stuff in your head.
Yes, and I had to work so hard to unlearn all of that stuff that I learned,
And the thing about the diet brain, and I've read this and it's been on Jen's site a lot, it's not just your brain, your body. I mean, me, I've dieted my entire life. I've been heavy my whole life. So I've got a lot of healing to do in my body before I really start seeing the effects a little bit more. Someone that maybe hasn't dieted as much or had a weight problem their entire life, I feel like they may see the effects a little bit sooner.
Yeah, and if I could just encourage you to think of this really, truly more as a lifestyle change, as a way to be healthy and to prevent some diseases and to feel better, more than focusing on the scale and on losing weight. Because people lose weight at different rates, and I would hate for you to give up. My other sister has started trying this, and she was really reluctant. She didn't really want to. She thought it was calories in, calories out, and I just had to leave her alone, and she has watched me, and we've talked, and so her husband just told me she has started doing it. She didn't even tell me. But he said that she was a little hangry because her window wasn't open. And I said, is she really doing it? Is she really trying it? And he said, yeah, but she's a little discouraged with her progress. And I said, oh, please talk to her about that, because, there's a lot of healing that takes place before a lot of people lose any weight. But you will feel so much better mentally, emotionally, sometimes for me spiritually. So if you really can focus on this is just the way you eat, and don't worry so much about what you eat in your window, that's going to come. You are going to want healthier foods, and you are going to eat less. It's going to, appetite correction is real. I never thought I'm a volume eater, and I never thought that was going to happen, but it truly has happened. It does happen.
So any more questions? Yes.
What about medications? Some medications you're supposed to take with food, maybe twice a day. How do you do this?
Well, I don't have that situation. I do have like communion at church, and I think at first I was like, I can't take communion. That'll break my fast. And then I thought, you know, that's kind of dumb. Of course I'm gonna take communion, and I'm not gonna worry about it. And if it breaks my fast for a little, you know, it breaks my fast. I have to do what I have to do for myself, for my body. Now, I do take a couple of supplements, and I take those during my window just to be safe. The one day a week that I don't eat, I just have to take them, and I just have to trust that it's going to be okay. And it's not been a problem, you know. So I just think that when you have medications that you have to take, if you can possibly work out to do that in your window, do it. And if you can't, eat a cracker or two and move on, and don't worry about it, because your health absolutely comes first. And I think that doing that consistently, I think it'll be fine.
Has your body adjusted to like the times that you fast, like the amount, like the length?
Yeah, it
'Cause I know,
has, and it
like,
took a
when-
while.
Like when we started doing this, like I was doing like 16:8, and then 16:8 wasn't, to me, didn't feel bad because I usually don't eat breakfast anyway. I had my coffee, so that was the adjustment, right? But, and I would just eat my lunch, and then, so it didn't seem like that big of an adjustment, but like getting to 18 hours at first was like,
It's a little
like,
harder.
hey, I'm hungry now. But now it seems like 17 and a half, or it's not that big a deal, and I'm just wondering if like that happens, your body just kind of adjusts to
I
or
think it does.
18 or 19 or.
I think it gets adjusted to what you're doing. I think it gets adjusted to your routine and the time that you eat. And I went to church with the husband this morning, and I had not been to church for a while just because I've been really lazy. And I didn't realize how horrible I felt until I had felt so much better. I really was so exhausted. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to go anywhere. I mean, I really was just toast. I worked because I had to. I came home and I sat in my chair. So, we went to church today, and I said, hey, I kind of feel hungry. And it's just because I'm used to going to church and then going out so much. It's just habits. It's just habits. And so I said, okay, today I definitely have to go home and have one of my black coffees with my phone in the blender. And I did that, and I was totally fine. So I just think that you get adjusted to how you're eating, and over the past months, my son was in from New York, and this was the last of my diet brain leaving me. We would need to eat at different times than my windows, allowed for. And there were some days I needed to have a shorter window. Well, I didn't want to do that. I do 25/4, and I do my long fast a week. I thought, I'm being as rigid about that as I always have been about dieting and eating. And I thought, okay, everybody on these pages says you can be flexible. Flexible is the key to sustainability. So I thought, okay. So I flexed my windows and my time some. And I did that for that month he was home. And I felt fine about it. Now he's gone, and I said, okay, I'm going to tighten back up. And it's fine to do that occasionally. It's fine to do that to fit life. But I felt like I had been doing it a lot. So the past few days, it's been a little bit harder getting back to my regular schedule just because I had not done it for a little while. So I'm going back to my habits and my routines. I'm going back to making sure I have my water at certain times and I have my black coffee. But I have learned that I can be flexible and I'm not going to die. And it's not the road to, binging. It's really okay. So I think you're right. I think when you start doing a certain window and then you just get used to it, I want to say it gets easy because there are a lot of times it is easy. Now there's always going to be some times occasionally that you feel a little bit of hunger or you feel like you want to eat. But Jen says hunger is not an emergency, and I've said that to myself so many times. Hunger is not an emergency. It is okay. So that's a good question. Anything else?
Anything else? Okay.
Well, thank you all.
Hey,
All right.
Tammy.
Yes.
I'm going to end this video
That sounds
and
great.
get your phone because I'm going to lose battery.
Okay.
So if
Well,
you're watching
we're
the
good.
live,
We're finished. We're good. We're good. I was just gonna finish up by saying really, really easy, right? Diets start off really, really easy and then they get hard. This starts off really, really hard, like getting started, but trust me, 3.5, 4 months in, it's getting easier. Okay, so it will get easier. Just hang in there with me. I know I said in the beginning, give me 30 days. Now I'm going to ask you to give me like 50 fast. Okay, 50 fast. Tammy and I are coming up on our 100th fast this week. So we've got 100 under our belt, like Wednesday. So anyway, bye. Much love to you guys out there, and we will finish up here. See ya.